Since the beginning of the Russian aggression against Ukraine has begun last year, there have been many debates in the media about what the most detrimental after effect of the war is. There have been countless repercussions stemming from the war, but some of the arguably largest economic and social issues has been food shortages and an unpredicted spike in energy prices. To begin with the first large-scale impact the Russo-Ukrainian war has caused, which is food shortages, we first need to understand Russia and Ukraine's position in the global food supply chain. Ukraine is the world's largest supplier of sunflower oil, the seventh largest supplier of wheat, and is also a major source of other agricultural products such as corn and barley. Like its name as the breadbasket of Europe, Ukraine holds a concrete position as a major trade partner in food imports and exports, being an irreplaceable source of the world's food supply. However, the start of the Russian war in Ukraine has sparked a catastrophic food crisis globally. Compared to how Ukraine used to supply approximately 45 million metric tons of grain to the global market annually, in the last 2022 to 2023 season, Ukraine was only able to supply 23.6 million, contrasting with their record from the previous year with 33.5 million tons, indicating a 29.6% decrease in exports as a result of the Russians blockading their ports. However, beyond just the facts and figures, beyond just the statistics, we cannot neglect the food insecure households who are being affected from this food shortage. 29.6% may seem like a distant number to us, but to the civilian families who are suffering and starving from this vague number, this is more than just a percentage. The next economic and social impact I'd like to talk to you about is the rapid spike in energy prices. The backstory behind this has close ties with political issues, such as the economic sanctions Russia has been receiving from members of the EU, the US, and other members of the European Union. While Russia is responsible for nearly 25% of Europe's energy consumption, most European countries have decided to cut down on Russia's gas, namely Russia's pipeline gas that flows through Ukraine, Belarus, Poland, Hungary, and many other European countries. As a response to the sanction, Russia has cut off their pipeline gas exports indefinitely, while claiming that this is happening because of the West's punitive economic sanctions. While Russia may be calling it a response to the sanction, we must understand that the results of this ended up in a massive spike in gas prices, and which led to 7 million children at risk due to a lack of water and heat, millions of Ukrainian people being put under the poverty line, and having the most marginalized, vulnerable societal groups progress increasing exponentially due to this energy crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, while the numbers and facts are ways that we view this war as a society, we must consider the repercussions of this war through the eyes of innocent Ukrainians, rather than the distant statistics we find on the media. With the economic, social impacts of the Russian invasion currently being the center of discussion in the media, what we need to consider are the individual lives of Ukrainians that are being overshadowed by facts and figures, so that we can overcome this crime named war. As said by Ernest Hemingway, never think that war, no matter how necessary, nor how justified, is not a crime. Thank you.
Thank you, Gyumin. It was an excellent presentation. As we are talking about the impact of the war between Russia and Ukraine, and we are talking about SDG 8. From your own perspective, what international community must do to enhance, first ending of the war and improving the state of the, this situation? So from your own perspective, give us any specific idea what we can do.
Well, I understand that both Russia and Ukraine have substantial roles in the global community. So for example, communities like the UN they are doing things to kind of pose sanctions on Russia and support Ukraine with, say, weapons. But I feel like since the UN doesn't have doesn't have the right to invade on a country's independence. I feel like they're already kind of doing the most that they can. And I'm not sure if there are any like specific action plans that the UN even has the right to take, since both Ukraine and Russia are members of the UN.
All right. Just to quickly make a comment, every United Nations agency is now having their operation in the field. They have their own strategy plan, action plan, which was adopted by member states. But impact is quite limited because of the, not easing the situation. But anyway, for your information, every agency is conducting the implementation action plan. Thanks.